Hey everybody, this video got a U-change mortise cylinder here. It's a user rekeyable mortise cylinder, and actually have a key for a change. This came out of a big box store here in town, and I had to replace it with a lock that matches the property manager's keyway. That's my first time ever messing with one of these. I don't think anybody actually sells these in my areas. I've never seen one before until this one. And I was so excited to get this one that it got thrown into my cup holder, and that's where it sat for probably 3 or 4 months. But see if we can get into it now. Gonna try a 50 thousandths Peterson gem, and a 25 thousandths Peterson gem and a 50 thousandths pry bar. We're gonna try. Yeah, so I put some tension on it here. I'm start with heavy tension. It's kind of my way of doing things. If I don't get anywhere, I can back off. Okay, this is a very strange feel in here. It feels kind of crunchy, like if you ever pick a challenge lock with a whole bunch of homemade serrated pins. Is kind of what this feels like inside. And I'm not even sure if I set something, what it's supposed to even feel like. So I guess what we'll do here is just do some more poking around and see if anything good happens. Which I'm sure the ladies in my life can probably relate to. Hey, we're open. Alright, so something good did happen. Cool. And I will see if we can go ahead and gut it, because what the hell here. It actually picked open a lot easier than I thought it would. And one thing I immediately noticed about this thing is it's got a really big plug. You see the size of it here, so I might make a mess of this because lock it back because I do have a key. Might make a mess of this because I don't know that I have a follower that fat in the house here. I know I have some oversized ones out of my work stuff, but I didn't have the foresight to bring one in. So we'll just make do with, I guess you're going to make a mess, no big deal. I don't have a rekey tool or anything, so I know on these the tool has to stay in while you rekey. It's actually after I take this apart, it may not work again anyway. Yeah, see, that's not even close to big enough. I'm sure I don't even have one that big. Well, we'll just go with it here. Yeah, it's keeping them in there anyway, so they're not shooting everywhere. Wipe it off. I did shoot some tri-flow in this before I started. Alright, so now we can get into the pins here. This is kind of a neat looking lock. Very interesting, with Smart Key. The quick set, that's a that is a Smart Key wafer. So you see it's nothing like that. And now let's get into, I guess, dropping these things here. Okay, so number one. Okay, so I guess these have to come out first. I don't know what to even call these, but I guess put it there. I guess let me just take all 5 of these out. Alright, so those are all out. Okay, a little tap, tap, pin comes out. Okay, that's like some kind of pin and pin thing. It looks like that must be how it does the combination changes. So definitely dig into those more. And 4 and 5 here. Okay, so that's everything out of the cylinder itself. And now we will take the drivers out, which are, once I've done that on their own. And these are super interesting too. They're really, really fat, a lot fatter than the standard pin tumbler locks. I'll tell you what, I'm going to move everything up here because I'm going to have to... Oh, these are actually hollow too. Interesting. Okay, so there's all of our drivers. And those are all look like they're all uniform. And move everything up here. And I tell this is going to be a challenge to put that together. I'm going to have to make some kind of follower, go get a big dowel rod or something. So now these are kind of interesting here. These are like pin and pin. Looks like anyway. It spins, but it doesn't, I don't know if it comes out or not. And it does, it spins, and it looks like it has notches on it, which I would guess would be, you know, the different depths of the key would be my guess. Definitely is, because okay, there, now it came out. Okay, so I was able to spin it out, and it does have a little spring in it. Let me show you one of these here. Actually, when I put this back together, other than this first one I pulled apart, the key probably will still work actually, because it looks like it actually retained the position. So that's what that looks like. It's like a little, almost like a screw. And it's got the different depths on it. I don't know how many depths there is here. Maybe 1, 2. Looks like maybe there's only 4 depths possibly on this. I'm not really sure. And I'm not going to bother pulling the rest of these apart, because I'm sure they're all the same. They're just set at different depths, as you can see on this. This one here is, you know, it's hung up right there. And then the one next to it, which see 1, 2, 3, which is a shorter pin, so thus this would be longer. See how it's actually sticking out more. So this will be for your different, you know, for a deeper cut of the key and a shallower cut of the key, which when we look at our actual key would line up with number 2 and number 3. So anyway, or number 3 and number 4, I mean. So I guess I'll show you one more time what the quickset sliders look like. And I guess these, of course, that's magnetic. You know, and that's what these little, how did I do with it? Right here. So the notches on the slider match what these notches are as far as, you know, the depths of your key. Let me get it to focus here. So definitely different than quickset, but kind of neat. Very interesting design here. Actually, it's pretty neat. I'm surprised how easy it actually picked. And I guess now I'm just rambling. I'm actually going through my head thinking about how I'm going to put this back together, but definitely have to get something bigger to use as a follower. But anyway, questions, comments, criticism, whatever, put it in the comments. And I guess that's all we got for this, and we'll talk to everybody later.